Winners Win podcast. Your boy Loso 2.0. And today we're going to talk about some constructive potentialities of sex. So really we just talking about the powers of sex. But before we pretty much get into that, do some housekeeping things. Do me a favor, like this video, share it, subscribe to the Winners Win channel. I also want you to, if you listen to us on any type of podcast platform, like this video, share it, comment below, or 5-star reviews, and then leave a review as well so you can learn. I can learn how I can better serve you. Before I like to get into that stuff, I like to pretty much do little breakdowns and stuff. First of all, remember I told you guys a couple episodes ago to really go and do your research and think about how your 2023 has been going so far. So we're about halfway through the first month of 2023. Did you already give up on your New Year's resolutions? Now, if you're like most people, you probably have already, and that's not okay. If you're watching these videos and you are not still trying to be on that grind, if you're falling back on your goals, there's a problem. You need to get back. You need to get back up and get back locked in. Get locked in for good, and just keep pushing and keep doing your thing. So definitely something that you need to do. I know personally myself, as far as my financial ones, right? I'm meeting this week with starting my Roth IRA. So I told you guys about that, getting your fiduciary. When you get yourself a fiduciary, they'll help you figure out where to put your money and stuff to help you get your future, right, off to a positive start. Now, get a fiduciary, and with that fiduciary, I want you to then use that, and they're going to get you the Roth IRA. You can put yourself in, you can get yourself some life insurance, all this stuff. These are all the things, the keys to being rich for even just the average person, right? Just having somewhere to put your money rather than in your bank account where it has no interest. That's something that you definitely need to think about and talk about. Now, as far as my book goes, I'm going to reach out to my publisher again today. She told me to get chapter 2 named. I still haven't figured out a good name for chapter 2, but probably could use some help for it, honestly. But I'm going to get a name for chapter 2, and then I want her to start working on chapter 4. Listen, my book will be published this month, and there's actually something that I actually want to tell you guys, right? Publish a book. Now, I'm going to tell you why, especially if you're in some type of entrepreneur field or some type of, if you're an entrepreneur, any type of field you're in. A published book, not for publishing a book for the sake of, trying to be a New York Times bestseller, although you most likely could be. Now, but the point of it really is to use it as a business card, right? How many times you be like, hey, listen, yada, 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 this is what I do. Here goes my book. Here goes something to remember me by, or something like that. This could also be used with your bio package that I was talking about before with trying to build your customer retention. Use a book. It's going to establish you automatically as a credible source because not many people have a published piece of work out. So having a published piece of work out actually will help you with getting more clients, building more clientele, helping your clients that you already have another source of something to then, follow you by. So definitely get yourself a book published. So talk about the ideas of that. Now, as far as from a physical standpoint, man, my leg is still tore from, hooping yesterday and getting some work in. But the work that I put in was amazing. I actually got some good shots out. I was cooking people, getting to the rack, doing my thing, right? And it really felt good to just get out there again and just getting confident. And remember, confidence is just a matter of mentality, which can come just from taking actions. What's going to get you confident is actually just doing that thing over and over and over again until it's really stuck into your brain or something that you're confident in. So I only got shots up once this week, but I still felt confident because I did do it at all. And I was still shadow shooting at home. There's other things. Remember, I told you there's no excuses for what you could do to get your work in. And that's what I did. And then it actually showed when I was playing. Now, I didn't end up winning any games, and I'm still beat up from it or whatever. But now it still just got me more confidence. And now go back and get some more work in. Tomorrow, going to the park, going to get some shots up in the morning, going to go run a mile. Start getting in some rare form, right? Just start getting locked in on your physical goals, because how you look on the outside really is just a reflection of the work that you put in on the inside. Did you put in that work? Did you put in that pain? Did you start to actually meditate, do all these things that I'm telling you to do in this video? I'm telling you to do in all of these videos, on this show at all, on this podcast at all. Are you listening to me at all? It's not a matter of just listening and taking in that knowledge. It's a matter of actually putting in the work, putting in that pain that I keep telling you guys about. So if you're going to just listen to this video just to listen to the sake of it, you might as well just stop doing it. But if you are going to keep listening to it, I want you to really think about this one in the constructive potentialities of sex. Now, we're going to talk about sex and sexual transmutation. Now, there's the three potentialities of sex are the perpetuation of mankind, the maintenance of health, the transformation of mediocrity into genius through transmutation. So I want you guys to know about two facts. The men of greatest achievement are men with highly developed sex natures and learned sexual transmutation, which we're going to talk about. Sexual transmutation is just taking your sex energy and instead of releasing it, you know what I mean, which is, the semen or whatever that's actually in your testicles, instead of releasing it, actually taking that same energy to then apply it into, your hobbies or your business or stuff like that and actually doing something with it. And the second thing is that these men were also influenced by women. So now I'm about to explain what both of those mean, right? So first, like I said, the sexual transmutation is actually taking that sex energy and then applying to it. For an example, high school, we all knew that guy who he, got all the girls or whatever, right? He kept getting on. I know a guy, he got all the girls in high school, still kept messing with multiple girls and stuff like that, focusing on being with the multiple girls and stuff. But then when all said and done now, he's what you call the person that's still stuck in high school, right? Still tries to get clout off of it, still tries to do all these things, but he's not successful in any part of his life, right? Still not, having a steady career, still not reading books, still on the same stuff, still trying to find the next look, the next party to go to and stuff like that, when doesn't even have a home of his own. That right there is just wasted sexual energy. You need to actually use that sex energy. Stop worrying about women so much, stop worrying about females, and start actually putting that towards your goals, right? A lot of successful men, right? Successful men, they have high sex energy. So yes, they have that energy. You have the energy that he has, but then they apply it differently. Remember, I was telling you guys, there's not really a big difference between the world's top, criminals and some of the world's top entrepreneurs. It's only the way they apply their knowledge and their energy, right? Because the criminal, he got to the top of the underworld in the criminal world by just putting in that work, getting that same energy of sexual transmutation, putting it towards that stuff. If you guys ever watched Snowfall, which I can't even attest to that, I only watched like a few episodes of the first season. Or no, I only watched first season. But in the first season, he became the top, drug dealer using entrepreneur tactics, like giving stuff out for free, focusing on customer retention, going back to the same customers and stuff like that, making sure that they're fully good, building it brick by brick. I know you guys seen that thing. But anyway, though, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's what he was doing and he was focusing on in order to do it. So they have the same thing, except for they use their sex energy differently. The second thing is they were influenced by women as well. A lot of successful people, you'll see it. Eric Thomas is one example of this. How many times do you see him in his videos always talking about Didi? Also talking about how his wife pretty much talked him into doing all stuff. She was like, yo, I will leave you if I'm going to college regardless. You're either going to be with me and go to college too as well, or you're going to be back here being homeless and doing what you got to do, eating out of trash cans and stuff. So he got his stuff together, got his GED, and went and got his stuff together so that he could be with his girl. And even to this day, she still pushes him, right? She's going through multiple sclerosis and thing like that, different diseases, and he's grinding in order to get her the stuff that she needs as well. How many times you see me on here talking about my wife? Every high successful person, Barack Obama be talking about Michelle Obama. You know what I mean? Like, all these highly successful men were all influenced by women using the idea of sexual transmutation, and not one man, but it's an E-N, one man, like WOMAN, one woman that's gonna push them. I'm not saying you have to go out there and find yourself a relationship and force yourself into a relationship. I'm just telling you that you don't want to keep using your sexual energy and just releasing it on people that you're not even going to be with for the rest of your life, and that aren't even influence you to get any better than you were yesterday or today. So that's really all I have for you guys today, man. Really focus on the power of sexual transmutation and their influence of your, the relationships that you are with. Like I said, like this video, share it. I want you to comment below some things that you can actually use your sexual energy towards, right? I want you to actually comment that below in the bottom of this video. Like I said, subscribe to the Winners Win channel. Also want you guys to then leave a review if you listen to this on any type of podcast platform, so I can better serve you guys. And remember, guys, winners win and losers lose. 2.0 out.